When I finally got the entry for Dragweek, I realized that there's no way in hell I was going to get the Epic done in time with the hours that I was working there now and the little bit of summer vacation that I get at the university. So it's like, okay, well, what else can I take? So this thing was like the next best thing. I figured, okay, it needs a rear end because the stock one all grenade. It needs a tougher transmission because the stock one all grenade.
What's in there now for it?
It's a 12 volt. I built this rear end, 33 spline axles. It's got the aluminum drums on it to save a bit of weight, and the Detroit locker, which lasted up until St. Louis. And I'm on my third set of gears in there already too now. And then the transmission I built was with the Auto Gear Super Case, and I had those Doug Nash 9310 nickel alloy Pro Shift gears that I found in Michigan, like that were like new old stock. Like the actual lip at the top is like about this wide.
Right.
So we cut that down and then trimmed the molding as well, so
To fit,
tire clearance for the big tires. It's like pissing out of the rear. So I don't know, like with the fucking tire shake and shit that I went through, I'm hoping I didn't waller out that tail housing. I'm hoping it's just a matter of putting a new seal in there again. But I got lots of rust proofing under the car now.
Yeah, I see that. Did you put floor pans and stuff in this, or is it all original?
This car was in such bad shape.
Oh, really?
I mean, I got it and it was all in primer and had like glaze on a bunch of sections.
Yeah.
And the guy was, oh yeah, it's ready for paint. And I thought, okay, I'll just, block it out and paint it one weekend. The carpet was, rotted, so I figured, okay, it needs a new carpet, and the headliner had holes in it. So yeah, carpet, headliner, paint it one weekend, and I'll have a nice car to drive while I'm working on the other car. And then when I pulled the carpet out and seen what the floor looked like, and then big chunks of Bondo started falling off, and seen that, the thing was in really bad shape. Basically, the frame was even so rotted that I had to replace the frame on it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I dragged this one out from Indiana, brought it home, and the lower parts of the doors, the quarters, the tail panel, lower part of the cowl, the fenders, everything was just rotted. And it's funny, I was talking to Richard Wood about the car, and he, it's like, is it originally, light silvery blue? It's like, yeah. And there was a guy that was racing one at Bison back in the day. It might be the same car. So he went through all of his old archives, and he found a picture of the thing. It was a black and white picture, but he remembers what color it was. Yeah. And the car won that day, actually. And I look at it and he goes like, yeah, that's my car.
Oh, wow.
And it was mint. This is like 1976, I think. I bought the car in 83, and it was just rotted to hell. Like, how does a car, go downhill that fast? It must have just been sitting in a field, from 77 until, right before I bought it, with tall grass or whatever, everything just rusted out. Or somebody was driving it every winter in the salt or something. But I couldn't believe,
that's crazy.
In a few short years, how bad it got. What was supposed to be a quick paint and carpet and headliner one weekend turned into a rotisserie, frame off restoration.
Yeah, that happens.
It's good effect.
Yeah.
What's Ed's favorite car?
What's your favorite kid? Honestly, the silver Mustang is probably my favorite car. It's a nice looking car, it drives awesome, but because it's nothing overly special, I don't obsess about it.
Yeah.
So if it's raining, who cares?
Gotta like the low maintenance ones.
Yeah, if I got a door ding in it, who cares? The torque that fucking motor makes and the violence of the stick. I mean, all four corners, you can see where the bumper fucking ground the paint off.
Oh, yeah.
And this quarter panel's buckled right behind the rear wheel opening. And it won't just pop out. I tried that. So, I thought the fucking full frame car would be stiffer than that, or whatever.
Yeah, I have those in my car.
Oh, you do? Yeah. The red quarter? On the rear side of the wheel opening, there's a buckle right there.
Oh, wow.
It's buckled in.
Okay.
I had a guy guy comes to talk to me for Nova and he said, I just watched your car run and your quarter panel's oil can. There was a lot of effort with this thing to try and make it look as stock as possible and hide, you know, all the modifications. So, you know, it's an aftermarket intake, it's aluminum. There are Edelbrock heads on there, but, you know, I made a fixture so that I could, you know, mill out the front of the heads to make them look factory. And then I used a needle scaler to rough them up so they look like they're cast iron.
Yeah.
Ground off all the Edelbrock logos, and then I used high heat JB weld to fake the casting.
I was just gonna say, how did you?
Casting numbers on the heads too.
That's awesome.
The only real giveaway is like one guy looked at them and saw the ARP bolts on there, and right away, you know, thought, okay, something's up, and then started looking closer and went, those aren't stock heads on there. It's like, yeah, okay, you got me. But there was a few other, you know, OG Pontiac guys at Dragweek that I fooled.
Yeah.
That thought, oh, you got the old 93 heads on there still.
And would you make that out of again? I missed that. How did you put that casting on it?
JB weld, high heat.
Oh, okay.
I tested a bunch of different things. You know, just with a propane torch or whatever, like a piece of aluminum.
Yeah.
And then on the back side, I put the torch and that stuff. This was the putty, actually. Worked out best. Factory 66 GTO heads would have an 093 casting number on them, and I decided to be cute, so I put an X93 on there because I figured if somebody really, you know, if a hardcore Pontiac guy looked at the heads, he'd know that they're not an actual 093, and I would say, well, they're export heads. I'm from Canada. So.
Yeah. It's cool though, because most people would never know, right?
Well, and like I say, there was a couple of OG Pontiac guys there that I fooled.
Yeah.
And they thought, wow, look at that, it's all stock. And, you know, it's
if you went to a street race.
have a closer look.
Yeah. If you went to a street race, they'd be like, oh, cool, it's got headers. Yeah, cool, whatever. Like it wouldn't, it doesn't look like nothing. Right?
The exhaust is like the big giveaway on it. You know, it's obviously got headers and a 3-inch X-pipe exhaust and dumps all the way out to the back. The center carb on this is like a 500 CFM. You know, 1 3/8 Venturi carburetor, which are super rare too. And you know, I basically put in like a search on eBay, and I think it was like a year before like that Rochester part number popped up. And so I bought, you know, obviously I bought it and then bought a kit for it. And then all of a sudden, like 2 weeks or 3 weeks later, another one pops up, and it's like brand new, rebuilt.
Oh wow!
And it was cheap. I think it was like $60 or something. It's like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And then I was out at the swap meet one spring, and there's this, you know, the only 2-barrel Rochester carb in the whole swap meet. I picked the thing up, and I opened it up, and I'm like, that's got the big Venturis in it too. $5. So I got 3 of them now. It's actually got points.
Oh really?
In it, yeah. I had an M&H unit in there before, like because the M&H is a 1-wire.
Yeah.
Right. The Pertronics is a 2-wire.
Okay.
So you know, if somebody would look and see.
Right.
But it's got an MSD, it's got a programmable MSD, which I've hidden behind the dash. The programmable MSD is great because of, you know, I can use it for launch RPM. I've got it programmed in there, so I've got a 2-step built into it and a high-end rev limiter. And then the other thing I've got, I put an MSD RPM activated switch in there too, and then I hijack my...
Pretty nice car.
You know, when you're at Dragweek, you're either looking at cars in the pits or in the staging lanes, or you're watching them go down the track. So, I mean, everybody that's looking at the car looks at it and goes, okay, yeah, it's a nice, beautiful, you know, restored 66 GTO, probably runs, you know, 14s maybe.
Yeah.
And then the people are watching it going down the track, and it's going 11s, and it's not the same people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, you know, occasionally I'd have somebody that would come, because like, you know, I was by myself, so it would take me forever to switch the thing back into highway mode. And, you know, I'd have some guys come to me after and say like, yeah, man, I just saw the car run 11s, and it's like, holy shit, the thing looks totally stock. And, you know, then I'd start pointing out all the stuff that I've done to it. It's a beautiful brake, and just...
Wow. So this was one piece before, and
that
now
used
it's...
to be one piece, yeah.
Put some GB weld on there.
Well, I was thinking of TIG welding.
I was going to say.
It's got a nice bevel on there already. But the teeth are just too close to where I need to weld.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I'm like, oh, you might be able to get in there, but then you'd melt this part of the teeth, right?
Yeah. See what the clutch looks like, because that thing's on its last legs too. And you know, I still haven't figured out what the mystery ticking is in the old motor yet too, so put that thing on the stand.
Yeah,
and
that's
come
right.
back, this winter too, and see what's going on in it.
Now you guys have seen the shop and the garage, all the automobiles around this place. So we're gonna go inside and check out some drag racing memorabilia and trophies.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like those.
Yeah,
Where'd you get?
my buddy makes them.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. Where'd you get that Hearst wheel from?
I got a set I bought like in the 80s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
I got a set of new old stock trim rings for him too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. Look at those, eh? Oh wow, I didn't think you had that many. Cool.
One in the middle is the one I like the most.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Nice. Someone made that for you, or you made it, or?
The helmet I bought, all the rest of it I made.
Oh wow.
The gloves, the gauntlets was something that I kind of made really hastily, just in time for the wedding too. But the rest of it I made in high school.
Oh wow.
So
You stood up in that at the wedding?
oh yeah,
That's awesome.
fucking heavy as hell.
That's crazy.
14 and 16 gauge. The gauntlets are 18 gauge. They're a bit thinner, but the breastplate's 14 gauge, and you know, that took me weeks to just, you know, pound out all the, you know, the abs and and all of that. And man, everybody in that school just hated me because I'd be in the metal shop just hammering on that thing like for hours at a time. Turned out cool though.
Yeah, that's neat.
Something unexpected. Subscribers weren't expecting that. It's the leader of the SPPTV army right here. Ready to go to war against demonetization. That's the color I meant.
Yeah. So one of my friends is like this hardcore model builder, like award-winning shit. And actually he writes articles and stuff for the modeling magazine too. now.
Okay.
So when I got that thing, it took a bit of arm twisting, but I got him to foil.
Oh yeah, all those.
So
yeah,
all the chrome and stuff around the windows, like so you can see.
Oh, yeah.
This car doesn't have it.
Wow.
Doing, yeah.
So yeah, he did a really good job on doing that. My green car, that's the same color. It's got the Hearst wheels on it as well. So when I seen they were making a diecast in the Marina Turquoise with the Hearst wheels, it's like, oh yeah, I gotta buy that.
Did you buy this these together like that?
No, that's the guy, Rod Maskew.
Oh, okay.
That foiled the GTO.
Right.
He made that for me. I used to work with him at MCI.
Oh, okay.
I think so, yeah.
And the keys.
Checking out some of the decals on here. If you guys haven't realized or guessed yet, this vehicle was at Dragweek.
sit in the car?
Ed's against the automatic transmissions. Almost everything he has a stick shift.
Almost everything.
And I got the hiccups.
What doesn't? Oh, I guess this truck.
You look good in there, Clayton.
That's a nice. I like the steering wheel. This is super nice, actually. New cars are so fucking boring. This thing has some class.
Can you imagine if you drove that to work every day? It's just like my convertible. It's so nice to sit in there. It's just cushy and. Well, you can go down in my basement and sit in one of the seats. It's kind of like sitting in it. What's they set at?
5,000 RPM launches.
Well, that's the thing. There's no fucking headrest to these seats. Like, that's gotta snap your spine. Just blah, 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 blah.
Smells great.
That smells so good.
I love the race fuel.
That's that cheated shit.
Oh yeah.
That's not pump gas.
No, that's the rocket.
Smells amazing.
That smells super good.
It's already been too long since racetrack weather.
Yeah, I love that smell.
Ed was just doing a leak down and spark plug change on this thing for the first time since Dragweek.
There's already heat there. It's that aluminum. It's amazing.
What do we do? Sockhead.
Just like a can opener.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a
Spinach.
Too
Good,
big.
good, 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 good.
Fresh soup.
Yeah, that works super nice.
Just all over. a little bit.
Dragweek grime in there.
No, this is the dyno filter. The Dragweek filter's still on the car.
Fucking alien
Sawzall.
autopsy here.
I've never been able to make a straight cut with a Sawzall.
Yeah.
It cuts where it wants to cut.
Oh, let's look at this. Play me a song with the accordion.
There's some sparklies in there, but nothing that's
Not
going to
too
make me
much.
weird. That was a big one there. Oh no, it's just a little fiber.
That's after a fresh build, this filter? Like you just built the motor?
No, this was after the last time. What are these chunks? Piece of the gasket or whatever. This is like we did that. Had the crank out to do the rear main seal change again, and then this was the filter that I had on it when we took it to the dyno after that.
Nothing alarming.
I'm sure everything's
Normal
Yeah.
tear and wear.
That's gonna be about it for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This is our first time doing this kind of garage invasion. I think that's what we'll call it, garage invasion.
That's a good one.
That's actually pretty good. I just thought of
I'm gonna
that.
try to do some more of them too.
I
Yeah.
don't like it. So lots of neat cars.
Lots of low mileage cars.
Lots of fox.
Lower mileage than
God.
Clayton's car even,
I like fox.
which we thought was impossible. So anyways, guys, as always, like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll check you later.
Check you later.
Checking later.
Wow, you actually said it. Didn't say bye this time.
Bye.